Welcome everyone. Today we're here to adjust basically the super Force Shield build. Currently we are wearing all the Force Shield items except the helmet and also the chest, so we have a bit of resistance. And also right now you can see we have 140k shield because we haven't perked anything. I actually resetted my points, so I'll be going through the points with you guys as well. So this way you can see where you can go at the start of the perks and where you can go after that. Now to start things off, I'll go for those and I'll explain why. Those are the start point because I start from this side for more Force Shield. 10% is not bad, and also I want to perk over here. So one thing I'll excuse me. So one thing I want to be adjusting is I didn't perk for the additional elements, but now I can afford to go with elements because I don't plan to have the die ejector here because, well, I wasn't dying and I have so much Force Shield I don't need to take 40% less damage and lose 15% of my Force Shield. Mojo says, is the game worth? It's not that complicated. There's a lot of videos and guides out there, so if you're interested, definitely check it out. We also have lots of guides and tips on YouTube as well for the second channel for this. Now I am going to perk out the Force Shield ones here, so this allows me to have additional element applied and also be able to stack them twice. I think this is a good time to go for this, and then we'll be going for the 50% multiplier. After that, we definitely want the double Force Shield. There's no difference which side we take, and yeah, I won't even take this for now. So this way, health cannot exceed 15% of Force Shield. We keep it here. Let's see if we need the health. So now my health is about 160k. So my Force Shield is pretty much doubled. So what I really want to show you guys is, notice I just perked funny perks that I use. So I started with 91, right? So I used about, I can't do the deduction. I used about 34 perks. So within 34 perks, I don't even need those. I use about 30 less perks. The moment you unlock this one, you actually have so much more Force Shield. And pretty much our Force Shield went up from 140 to 330. So we increased by 190k Force Shield, and that's pretty massive. So now if I perk this, let's look at my HP. My HP went from 16k to 49k, so that's a big difference perking for the HP. Okay, that's good. So notice this 1 point there is like a massive point for us. Excuse me guys, coughing a little bit. So now, why did I perk for this one? The Thirst for Knowledge is that I have so much Force Shield. My best way to regen Force Shield is actually from grabbing globes. The second way is to lifesteal. The first way is from globes grabbing. So I'll take the globes. I'll take the 4% globe regen. And this should be enough. We also have a shelter that increases globe regen. I will consider the resistance if needed to, but right now I don't think I need it that badly. So here we'll go for the resistance perk. And because we're on the rage, we might still take this one. I'll skip this one. I'll still take the block chances though. Chance to block with anything. So this also gives high block chance. This is the rage. Because I'll be using a major source of burst damage with my Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut will be using the Force Shield. Notice there's a massive damage added to Juggernaut with the Force Shield. And Juggernaut now does double damage. So I still have 42 points. Let's have a look. I'll go for those perks. Let's see. So I'll still go for those because I will be debuffing enemies out a lot. So the status effect is really good for us. I am considering if I want the double elements. I won't go for the injection this time. So that's a change. Now I'll come this way because I want to go here, 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 here. So this is a must-have, I feel, because not only the damage over time is taken by Force Shield over health, you also perk into the lifesteal now allows you to lifesteal Force Shield instead of health. I do tons of millions of damage, and my Force Shield is depleted because it's exhausted. So let me show you guys. Currently, I have this much Force Shield, and if I use this skill, it eats up the Force Shield. So now the Force Shield is actually converted into shield. I need to pop the shield, do damage, and instantly regain all my Force Shield. But if I don't, notice I don't get Force Shield back for a long time. So that's why we need the lifesteal into Force Shield still. So we'll get this one. After that, we'll be coming over here. This is a long pack, so notice pretty much I think I have settled for now. Yeah, I have settled for now, but there is just I'm perking this way for two reasons. One is, well, I can't really adjust this properly, so this is the furthest I can go. I'm perking here for the defensive capacities. Block efficiency is pretty good, and the resistance is really good. After that, I really want those two. But before I perk those two, I'll show you guys my resistance. So currently, I am sitting at 4000 resistance, so 54% reduction to damage. And if I perk for those two, which doubles the resistance from the shield, resistance from the armor and also the helmet, we'll be looking at 8000 resistance, 70%. So that alone really helps the resistance. And there you go. So pretty much level 70, this is pretty settled. Now let's look what to do after level 70. So right now I have stabilized about 350k Force Shield, and I think I'll stay this way. My health is pretty high as well, 51k. Pretty high for the mage, you see. 400k effective HP. What I'll be doing is I will take the Disallowing Vessel, which makes us more durable. We'll take those. And since I'm already here, I might as well take the additional resistance. So, you know, last time I didn't pick this time I will pick it because I have spare points from the Time Waver, which I didn't take. Now I have 17 more points, we'll perk it all out. So after that, it's optional to take the critical damage. Maximum health is not that great. And this is a really good perk. This one is a multiplier, and we can actually go further. So this increase enemy damage taken because we have status, and that's really good. And we'll perk for those. Now I'm pretty much at 75, level 75 for the perks. So at this rate, you don't really have to worry about things too much, and what you want to do is you want to consider, do you do enough damage, or do you want, you know, more effectiveness with things. So hey there, Sins, for our comedy. Thank you, Holly. So one effectiveness is with the elements, which can be very effective. I think eventually I'll perk into those. Second one is when block, I can give enemy weakness, which is not bad, so we'll take this perk. And next up is I want to do a little more damage. If you look at my current damage, I have 500% with critical damage with items, of course, so I can even go further. So this is what you do after 75, by the way. So I can take those, and this gives me critical damage, and, you know, lots of critical damage, and also critical chest. Not bad. Now what I'll be looking for is I'll take the critical damage here for more damage, and what I'll do is I'll take the element chances for the maximum amount of debuffs, which is really good. Lastly, I have 4 more points. Because I want lots of resistance to make myself durable, when I pick up health globes, now I can also get 40 resistance. And I still have 2 more points because I didn't invest into those two, notice that? Now, Repair Hunter says, how up level 90 quickly? This is an offline account which allows us to spec things and test things out. If you're online account, well, it is a little harder to get to level 90. I believe it's much harder after 75 as well. So most of the time I'm actually showing the perks for 75. Now, what can I do with my last bit of points? So I did perk into these. I can perk for those two, but I don't think those are must-haves, but it does help. Now, I've tried it with a 20%, 12% Force Shield. It's okay, but I'm trying to see if there is anything that will, you know, bring more to the table. So what is actually pretty good? So right now we're pretty stable. This is a perk with only 100 Force Shield and 8%. I don't think this is massive. I can go for those two, of course. Now I can go with reduced damage when Force Shield is full, but it's counterproductive, and I don't need the Force Shield regeneration rate because now you got 25%. But if you actually get a socket gem, notice this one we have. So if you actually get the socket gem, it's 2000% Force Shield. So there's no need to actually, you know, consider to go for a small perk and then use a point for this. And this is not that effective because half of the time I don't have Force Shield, it's converted into Juggernaut. I definitely don't want this one. This is the terrible one. Don't pick this at all because, well, it's just no good because it halves your critical chance. And I mean, I can go for the single target, which is over here, right? Yeah, this is all the single target, but I won't be doing single target. I'll be doing, like, you know, multiple enemies. The 4% for each nearby enemy is interesting, actually, because we'll actually do a little more damage. And I won't get the unspent rage. Actually, that's actually not bad as well. So it takes me 1, 2, 1, 2. What's better? More enemies and unspent rage. So I will actually have about 1000 unspent rage, which is 20% increased damage. I need at least 5 more enemies next to me to make this worthwhile. I'm not packing into the 2 Force Shield simply because, well, they don't add much. I'm comfortable at 358k, and I can go to 360k or 370k, but that won't change much. So I think I take the multiplier, and if I didn't pack into those 2, I can take the other multiplier. So this is defensive, those 2 points, those 2 are offensive. Let's take those 2. Now that's all my 90 points. So of course, notice after 75 it's very flexible, even after 70, so you can go almost anything. And here we are guys, this is how we pack the Force Shield Mage up, and now let me show you guys items. I don't have the, I don't have the trial, and we don't need the trial. What I will be doing is I'm manually casting it, because currently Mark of Impurity is still very powerful. You cannot use it, but it lowers your efficiency of clearing, and it's a skill we can use. And even if they nerf it, the build does not revolve around this skill. This helps us clear AoE, this helps us kill everything. So what we're gonna do is we'll make a separate recording to show the replay of how we actually clear the maps, and I'll show you guys the new tester build, then we'll make a guide for this adjusted build as well. Thank you for watching guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one, and let me know in the comments what you think about this like advanced level or like detailed level of tweaking with builds and adjustments and explaining my thoughts, because usually I do this offline. This time I thought I recorded and show you guys online. Thank you everyone.